Hello, everybody. Welcome to Minnesota Sports HQ. I'm Ben, and today we got a little bit different of a video for you. Since we only had the Twins playing, I'll hold off on reviewing that game till tomorrow, along with the Twins game tomorrow. So, since not too much is going on, I thought I'd make a video based around the NCAA tournament. I mean, it is March Madness after all, so it's a perfect time to do it. And basically this video is going to be, giving some tips, for anyone who's not quite familiar with, the history of the tournament, what generally happens, and hopefully what I say is going to help you. So, with that being said, let's get straight into the video. So, my first point that's fairly obvious is always pick the number one seeds to get out of the first round. Basically, this is kind of a thing where, use it until it doesn't work anymore. A number 16 seed has never beaten a number one seed in the competition's history in about 60 years. So I don't see a reason to not keep doing that. Another thing I wanted to point out was not really thinking about records so much. It says the records next to the team, when they're going into it. But that's not always the deciding factor on who's the better team. So what I mean by this is, let me find the game here. Oh, okay. So for example, let me just first start off with the number 20 team in the country was St. Mary's, who were 28-4, but they didn't get in because their strength of schedule was weak because they're in the WCC along with Gonzaga. So even though, two of their losses were probably to, like the 10th best team in the country, they still didn't make the tournament because of the teams they beat. So yeah, for example, we have that. Basically, some of the lower tier teams in the tournament have really good records, but they're in bad conferences. So, that's kind of why they look really good. And okay, so here's the game that I wanted to point out when I was thinking about this comment. So Nevada is ranked number 7 with a record of 27-7. Texas is the 10th seed, and they're 19-14. But Texas plays in the Big 12, where they play a number 1 seed in Kansas. They have a 9 seed in Kansas State, another 10 in Oklahoma. There are some good teams in the Big 12 for basketball. Very tough schedule that they have to go through. Nevada, I can't even tell you what conference they're in, as much as that stinks. I can't lie, I had no idea Nevada was even doing good, but they won their tournament, so now they're here, and they're a 7 seed. But this is one of the cases where even though, Nevada has 27 wins and Texas has 19, Texas is probably going to win this game, and they're probably favored, even though they're the 10 seed versus the 7 seed. So that's another thing, that we have to cope with. Another thing, number 3 tip that I wanted to point out is to never second guess yourself. There are some tough games in this bracket, as there are every year. And, you're looking at a game, you're just like, well, geez, one of these teams is really good in this conference. One of these teams is really good in this conference. And, you get that first team in your mind. The first team that comes to your mind, put them down. Doesn't matter. Like this game, Kansas State is a 9 seed and Creighton is an 8 seed. Now, Creighton plays in the Big East, a very good conference. Kansas State is in the Big 12, another very good conference. Creighton, 21-11. Kansas State, 22-11. You could coin flip, honestly. I think Creighton's a little bit better, but Kansas State has competed with Kansas all year. So, I mean, it's kind of like, what do you do? So, I mean, that's a coin flipper right there. Okay. Another thing I wanted to point out was in like the last 6 years, 3 of the 4 number 2 to 6 seeds. So like if we have 4 number 2s, or we had 4 number 2s in the bracket like 4 years ago, 3 of them got knocked out in the first round. You know, um, the year before that, we had 3 seeds get knocked out by 14s. I think 4 years ago we had 3 or 4 5 seeds get knocked out. The 5 seeds are always the most dangerous because the 12 seeds are the best, like non-major conference teams. That's where they're normally put. So 12 seeds are always really, really good. And 6-11. I mean, that's a close enough spread where you're going to have some upsets. Some 11s are going to beat some 6 seeds. And, it's just kind of like that. Like, there are going to be upsets, and you have to plan accordingly, which may mean, your bracket doesn't look quite right, but the bracket never looks right at the end. So, just some advice there. Hopefully you guys learned some stuff. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I can tell you for sure that this was not biased, as my team, Minnesota, is not in the tournament. So, just trying to help you guys out. And if you appreciate some of the help, or anything I said, you learned something from, please like the video. If you have any comments, I'll be glad to answer any questions. Or if you'd like to subscribe, that'd be great. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Just going to have a video tomorrow recapping Minnesota sports. So, yeah, tune in for that. And then a Viking season in review on Wednesday. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.